What was your high school's wildest not safe for work scandal? One of the girls were freaking the IT admin. She was 16-17 when that started. Heard an update from an old classmate nearly 20 years later, and not only have they stayed together, they're married, got 3 kids and live the upper middle class suburban dream life. Art teacher at my school started dating the prized art student a year after she graduated. They are married with kids now. His oldest son was a grade younger than her at the same school. Girls' track coach gave members of the girls' track team rides home and massages. Got escorted out of the school in cuffs one day. This also happened at my high school. Our science teacher was a peenster in a past life. Someone in the school found a video she was in his dad's peen stash. It was a huge scandal in our conservative town. She was let go, which sucked, because she was really an excellent teacher. It became a national news story. She was on Dr. Phil about it. Despite numerous campaigns by the students, she was never hired back. The soccer coach was sleeping with 4 of the soccer players, 16-18 years old, 2 of them being other teachers' daughters. They had it completely secret until his wife found a journal where wrote about each time he slept with each girl on the team. At the end of the school day we walked out and there was 4 or 5 cop cars and they were walking him out of his building in cuffs. If I remember correctly, the girls didn't have to come back to school for the rest of the school year. It was close to the end anyway. Everyone found out their names pretty quickly. Biggest scandal at that school in decades. You gotta love it when people get caught, because they kept notes on the illegal it they've done. He was taking notes on a goddamn criminal conspiracy. Does the chair know we are gonna look like punk ass bitches? I love it when criminals have detailed evidence of their crimes. I understand the girls not going to school to deal with the abuse and case, but that make it obvious. 2 students coordinated jerking off in English class. Who won? Asking the real questions. But was it a sprint or a marathon? Long story short, a student was caught having sex with a sheep at the tiny farm the school ran for the agricultural elective students. Someone put gear oil in the machine shop teacher's coffee. Damn near killed him. Our history teacher made multiple sexual remarks to a female classmate. One time he pulled her shirt up because her cleavage was distracting. He retired not long after that. I had a friend in one of my high schools who had a pretty large chest for that age, 16-17 years old. She had a teacher that used to call her Double D. Her initials were DD. Always kept her staying late after school, making creepy comments. The usual. Apparently every school has at least one old creep like that. A kid apparently jacked off in the back of the class. Someone apparently got it on their phone. Cops came. Person who recorded it got charged. He sat where I did, but in a different class period. So I switched my chair for a new, less nutty, chair. Turns out, every other class before me had also switched the chair, so we couldn't find the nut chair. We even made black lights with our phones to look for the chair. It was great. Nut chair. A student was having sex with many girls in the gym locker room or music practice rooms. This was discovered due to an explosion in STD rates. I don't recall if it was chlamydia or gonorrhea. Yuck. I'm pretty sure that's what the music practice rooms were mainly used for at my school. This was a year or 2 after I graduated, but there was this one teacher at my high school who was fired for, in no particular order of weirdness, buying booze for students, smoking weed with students, buying weed for students, buying weed from students, writing a paper for a student for a different class in exchange for weed, driving certain students who skipped school to a bar in a different city several hours away, sending a student a completely unsolicited text that said, "I've never wanted to cheat with anyone in my life, but I want to with you," offering to buy a student a $500 knife and give it to him at school, explaining it thus: "If I can walk around campus with marijuana on me, you can walk around with a shipping box with a knife in it. Kiddo, you can't walk around campus with marijuana on you." She was the scripture teacher. That position, at that school, at least when I was there, was as cursed as the defense against the dark arts job at Hogwarts. I went to the school she taught at before yours. The quote gave away exactly who it was, and I'd just like to add she was also a volunteer with the Girl Scouts. Step 4. Reevaluate my personal biases. There was this younger, smocking hot female teacher at my high school. Her boyfriend was on The Real World, and she did a visit on the show wearing a super skimpy bikini and talking about her BFS dong. Everyone had already had a crush on her, but this pushed it over the edge. I don't know if she quit teaching, but I don't remember seeing her around school after that year. I wonder what season that might have been. Checks IMDb. 33 seasons. Holy it, I had no idea there were that many. Definitely helps keep a bit of anonymity. Not sure if it actually matters, but probably better safe than sorry to overshare info. I went to a charter school in PA. The founder stole hundreds of thousands of dollars from the school district and used it for himself. In the back of the school, he built an apartment with a stripper pole, but it was hidden in the school. You could only get to it through one door hidden in a closet. He was eventually caught stealing money and he committed suicide. Why would you build the apartment in the school? And also, how do you not get caught when it's being built in the first place? A. Build it in the summer. B. Contractors do the job they are paid for. Whoa, it's like Salazar Slytherin, but with a twist. My biology teacher was having sex with a sophomore. It became a personal problem for me, because I wanted to take AP Bio the next year, and I needed a recommendation from my current teacher to take the class. I asked the AP instructor if I should go to the state penitentiary to get my letter. And, well, I got my letter, but it cost me really. Principal Exley Harris to teacher. Gym teacher was fired for being too close to female students. I couldn't get any more details, but I did witness his strange behavior towards females in the class many times. One girl had a key to his office. Students having sex in bathroom, second theater. Nobody ever got caught in the theater as far as I know. There was also a stabbing my freshman year. I didn't witness that itself, but I was in the hallway that it happened on and witnessed the loud and panicked crowd. They almost cancelled my girlfriend's prom, because there were too many stabbings that month. Not one stabbing, too many stabbings. I think it was 4. Imagine that school assembly. If y'all can't stop stabbing each other, we are gonna have to cancel prom. Our threshold is 5 stabbings. Maybe 6. One of our history teachers had been a stripper before becoming a teacher. This was years earlier. She was a stripper before she even went to college to get her teaching degree. We found out about this because the father of one of my classmates had been a regular customer of hers and recognized her at a student-teacher conference. He told his son, who obviously told the entire school. We had a charity thing in high school where you'd raise money for cancer. The amount being raised was shown on a thermometer and every limit would force a teacher to shave their head. On the very top was this French teacher. Anyways, the initiative was due to finish after lunch recess. A bunch of people are in gym shaving their heads and trying to raise money. Bills are flying down from the bleachers and we raised just enough money right at the bell. The French teacher was not down and ran away, causing all the students to chase her into the bathroom, banging on the door and it. She soon after had a bit of a mental breakdown. Someone at school found out her Lava Life profile and she left. Also, some student stole all the money raised in the initiative from the gym. What's Lava Life? Looks like a dating site. For volcanoes. Hold up, so the school just thought it was a good idea to sacrifice this lady's hair without her permission? That's kinda fricked up. Probably went something like this. Teacher, I really don't want to. Faculty, well, everyone is doing it, but how about we put you at the top? It is for charity and I don't think they will hit the top. Teacher, alright, I guess. All these pedophile teacher stories, and all my high school did was start a rumor a girl named Janie didn't have a butthole. We had a girl who licked another girl's butthole to get into a party. She sounds like a solid add to the party. Wait, I think I saw this in a movie once. Some girl became obsessed with trying to catch a supposedly perfect girl take of it. She followed her around 4 weeks and one day caught her in the bathroom. She didn't have a butthole and was eating out of her mouth. A few years ago I had the TV on in the background with a true crime show going. Wasn't paying much attention to it until I heard the line there wasn't much else for high school kids to do in wife's hometown during year wife would have been in high school. Started paying attention and it's covering some kind of X-ring that ended with the murder of one of the participants. Brought it up with my wife and she was like, what? I don't remember. Oh, right, that incident. Double quote. Good times. I mean, how embarrassing. For the people in the X-ring, which I wasn't. It was really more of a trapezoid.